Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. RHOBH alum. Teddi Mellencamp just gave an update after her emergency brain surgery to remove 2 tumors. Her friends and estranged husband, Edwin RHOBH, have been praying and giving quick updates on how she was doing. Now she is sharing that her fight is not yet over. Keep reading for more details on what the next steps are. When Teddi Mellencamp shared that she was going in for emergency brain surgery, it was terrifying. She already battled melanoma and had a giant scar on her back to show for it. Teddi remained diligent about getting checked, and then she got a horrible headache that lasted too long. It ultimately led her to the hospital, where she learned that she had brain tumors that had been growing. Immediately, she was prepping for surgery to have 2 removed. They shaved her head, and she was surrounded by her estranged husband, Edwin RHOBH, and close friends, Morgan Wade and Kyle Richards. Teddi's sister and Edwin said they had never seen her in so much pain after the procedure. Everyone was still praying for her, even Vicki Gunvalson. Although the 2 housewives had butted heads in the past, Vicki noted that all of that went away when Teddi fell ill. Teddi had not posted since her surgery, as she was likely recovering and healing. Now, she has taken to Instagram to personally give an update as to what is going on and how the surgery went. They ended up removing 4 tumors, but she noted the fight is not over. Fortunately, that part of it all is over and done with, but there is so much more to go. She previously said that she would have to get radiation for the others later on. Finally, Teddi Mellencamp included an X-ray of her brain and where the tumors were. She also thanked everyone for their continued support during this time, as it has not been easy. However, all of the love and prayers have helped her remain strong. After Teddi Mellencamp shared her kind words, fans and followers immediately headed to her comment section to show her even more love. Fellow Bravolibs chimed in with their endless support as well, proving she is still very much a part of the Bravo family. It is abundantly clear that Teddi is incredibly beloved and will want for nothing. Her support system is strong and will help her navigate through this next phase. Teddi Mellencamp has never been one to back down from a fight. Whether it was the explosive feuds at Real Housewives of Beverly Hills dinner parties or the relentless criticism from fans who called her boring, a title she wears with surprising pride these days, Teddi's journey has always been about resilience. Now, as she steps into 2025, her fight is no longer just about defending herself against catty castmates or online trolls. It's a far more personal battle, one that has redefined her sense of strength, her health. In a heartfelt social media post that quickly made waves across Bravo fandom, Teddi shared that her fight with stage 2 melanoma was far from over. I thought maybe after the surgeries, after facing my own mortality head-on, things would quiet down. But cancer doesn't work like that. Life doesn't work like that, she wrote. It was classic Teddi, vulnerable, direct, and refusing to sugarcoat reality. When Teddi first joined RHOBH in Season 8, her identity was tightly wrapped around her career as an accountability coach. Critics called her preachy, but Teddi leaned into it. Her job, after all, was about pushing people to face uncomfortable truths. And she wasn't afraid to practice what she preached, even if that meant turning the mirror on herself. But nothing could have prepared her for the brutal honesty of a melanoma diagnosis. I spent so much time worrying about carbs and workouts, but skin checks, that wasn't even on my radar, Teddi confessed during a podcast episode of 2TS in a Pod, which she co-hosts with Tamra Judge. The revelation that a simple spot on her shoulder could be life-threatening was a wake-up call louder than any Housewives screaming match. Teddi's health battle wasn't a storyline crafted by Bravo producers. There were no second takes, no confessional cameras to explain her side. There was just her doctors, and the terrifying unknown. What started as one spot led to multiple surgeries, follow-ups, and an ongoing fear that every freckle could be a threat. This is the fight no one prepares you for, Teddi admitted. You can't just walk away when it gets too intense. You can't throw a drink or storm out of the room. It follows you everywhere. Yet, in true Mellencamp fashion, Teddi didn't retreat. She documented her appointments, scars and all, hoping to encourage others to prioritize their health. If sharing my story gets even one person to schedule a skin check, then every uncomfortable moment is worth it, she said. Longtime RHOBH fans remember Teddi's infamous Puppygate era, where she found herself at the center of a convoluted mess involving Lisa Vanderpump and a rescue dog named Lucy Apple Juice. In hindsight, the drama feels almost laughable to Teddi, a luxurious problem of reality TV privilege. Back then, I thought being excluded from a dinner or getting iced out by Lisa Rinna was the worst thing that could happen to me, Teddi reflected in a recent interview. But real fear? That's hearing the word cancer and realizing your kids might have to grow up without their mom. The shift from reality TV dramatics to real-life survival gave Teddi a new perspective, and in some ways, a new purpose. Though she's no longer a full-time housewife, she's found her voice as a health advocate, balancing raw honesty with the same determination that fueled her accountability coaching. Even with her treatments progressing, Teddi knows the fight isn't over. Melanoma has a notorious unpredictability, and the emotional toll lingers long after the physical wounds heal. You think you'll celebrate after surgery, like you crossed the finish line. But the truth is, every follow-up scan feels like you're waiting for a bomb to drop. Rather than hide that fear, Teddi has chosen to confront it head-on. She openly discusses her anxiety, the scars that changed her body image, and the awkward conversations with her kids when they ask if she's all better. It's an unvarnished look at survivorship that resonates deeply with her followers, many of whom admit they'd previously dismissed her as just another privileged housewife. To their surprise, some of the loudest support has come from the very women she sparred with on RHOBH. Kyle Richards, who has faced her own family's cancer battles, became a quiet pillar of strength behind the scenes. Even Lisa Vanderpump, with whom Teddi had a famously fractured friendship, reached out privately. "Whatever happened on camera is one thing," Teddi said, "but this is real life. And in real life, kindness matters more than any storyline." The Bravo fanbase, notorious for its brutal honesty, also rallied around Teddi in ways she never expected. The same people who once mocked her for her endless, all-in-diet talk were now sharing their own skin cancer stories in her comments. It was a rare, beautiful moment where reality TV notoriety became a platform for real advocacy. As for a potential return to RHOBH, Teddi doesn't rule it out, but as she comes back, it'll be on her own terms. "I'm not that insecure accountability coach anymore. I'm not afraid of being boring. My story is my strength now." In the meantime, she's expanding her health advocacy, working with dermatologists to promote awareness, and using her podcast to amplify survivor voices. She's also more focused than ever on her family, soaking in every moment with her husband Edwin and their kids. "My fight's not over, and honestly, I'm okay with that," Teddi said, "because fighting means I'm still here." For years, Teddi Mellencamp was a punchline, the housewife who didn't bring enough to the table. But now, her table is set with something far more meaningful: resilience, advocacy, and a life that transcends reality TV edits. I used to think legacy meant having a great season on Housewives. Now I know it's about something much bigger. It's about leaving behind a story that helps others fight their own battles. Teddi Mellencamp's fight isn't over. But today, she's no longer fighting for a storyline. She's fighting for her life, her family, and a future where vulnerability is the ultimate strength.